right, we on.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to
YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham Rakakwadai.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel broadly from the standard of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. We out here another week, man, just prophesying the end of the society, waking up the 12 tribes of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to tell you to your true heritage and to warn you of the impending danger that America is going to be destroyed real soon, right?
That's right.
Because the prophets, they came out and they spoke against the kingdoms like Egypt, Babylon, the Greeks, the Romans, America, which we're currently in a Roman aspect now, all right? But nonetheless, we're commissioned to come out here and foretell the end of this place, man. That America is going to be hit with missiles, thermonuclear destruction, the chariots, which is the angels of the Heavenly Father, all right? Martial law, FEMA camps, this whole war thing in Ukraine, which is a ploy, because we found out America had biological weapons in Ukraine, and they wanted Ukraine to basically be in conjunction with them to use those shits on Russians to destabilize the Russian nation, man. So with that being said, that's the reason why Putin pretty much so-called invaded Ukraine, so therefore they can stop them from using those nuclear weapons. I mean those biological weapons. Because one thing about this American devil is very subtle. As in all you devils are, you're very subtle, man. You see what you do what they call strategic war planning, all right? And what happens is doing geopolitics and your regimes and your meetings, you send spies in these countries, man, to spy out their liberties and to see what's what, to find a loophole in their military infrastructure. So therefore you can come forth and bring forth your agenda, man, all right? But the Russians were already hip to you. Why? Because they're Edomites too and they know how you think. Because they do the same goddamn thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But like another thing too, you got all these other bozos out here, all right, like these Christians, they not going into the prophecies. They're not going into World War III. They're not going into the MOTB. They're not going into the spiritual power, which we've been on a heavy kick of spiritual power lately, man. And the Lord has been manifesting it, man.
That's right.
That something's getting ready to happen.
Yeah, that's real.
Because, hey, I've been seeing signs, man. I don't know about other brothers and signs have been out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful signs, man.
Yeah.
And brothers are having dreams about spiritual power, man. That should get you amped up, man.
Yeah.
And you know we're in that time because you basically, not only are they not going into the spiritual powers, but they're scoffing against it. You know, you have vocab, the other guys, one body, and YAHAWASHI, man. Like this is how we know we're in the time of the end, man.
Yep.
Because in the time when the Most High is getting ready to do His work, you always have niggas scoffing, laughing, you know, and the Most High is going to be glorified in all of that.
Yep.
That's the same thing happened to Noah. You know, he was preaching for years and years and years. People had never seen rain before. And that very day, he was preaching to that very day, he was scoffing. And that's the day that all hell broke loose, man. Okay. Most High destroyed the entire earth.
Yep.
So the Most High always has a sign of somebody more puffed up than they should be, you know?
Well, what proves that is Egypt, man. See, what happened was the Most High, he hardened Pharaoh's heart because Moses and Aaron went before him and told him, hey, let the children of Israel go. And he refused, so therefore what the Lord do? He started bringing plagues.
Right.
And then as he didn't fucking redact on his statement, Most High kept bringing more and more plagues, man. And more plagues until it finally overtook Egypt. Because what it took was for the Lord to really break the economy down, their necessities. And that's what the people in America, they don't really see it that way. All right? They look at it like, okay, we're paying $3x in gas prices, $7 in some cases, but we still can go out. We can still eat.
Right.
We can still have bread and circus.
Yeah, clubs still open.
Right. And these people, they don't give a fuck. They'll pay $10 as long as they can still eat.
Right.
Because you got to understand, the American people are fueled by their appetites and their love for bread and circus, man.
Right.
And when the Most High hit that, that's when these fucking dummies out here gonna start losing their minds, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen soon, man.
That's right.
Because, hey, this dude Biden said, he said, hey, look, a famine is coming, a shortage is coming, man, food shortages. Klaus Schwab said it the other day on the World Economic Forum. He said, look, hey, you're gonna have food shortages, hey, X, Y, and Z. Okay, because right now we're living in what they call a technocracy, man. Technology. They want to get everybody to bow down to the NWO, okay? Because the Great Reset is another way of saying New World Order.
Right.
And you fucking people out here don't even see it, man. You listen to CNBC, You listen to NBC Nightly News, Fox 32, MSN Money, and you think you're getting the whole narrative, man. The fact that the IRS changed the double code, you can't even file certain exemption status now. They're taking money out of your checks, man. But you stupid ass Americans, man, you see things as it is, and it's not gonna continue. Because you can go to fucking Chewy's, man. You people are fucking weird, man. Like idiots, man.
There's no
You
vision.
Americans claim to be the most special people on the planet. Hey, you are the obese, you're the biggest people on the planet. You're getting duped by the IRS.
Yeah.
And you people walk around here like this fucking place gonna reign forever, man.
Right. Carefree. Very carefree.
And then you wanna blame the Russians, man. You the problem.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And you people are so fucking stupid. The thing that you care about the most, bread and circus, y'all don't even own the bread. 40% of the supply is coming from Russia and Belarus. That's why the famine is coming. Your own actions. So the Lord is confounding you people, man. When that famine hits, it's gonna be your own doing. That's why the scripture says you're gonna be had in derision, man.
Yes,
You're
sir.
gonna be discovered and made bare.
Yep.
People are gonna be laughing at you. China's laughing at you right now. Putin's laughing at you people, man.
That's right. Because when you look at the symbol for the Russian flag, what is it? It's a sickle or a scythe.
Yep.
Which is used to shear wheat.
Right.
So they're telling you right there, they hold all the food.
Yeah.
So you come against them, what? It's going to be families to follow.
Yeah. It's a hammer too. That's a spirit.
It's a
Hammer and
scripture.
a sickle.
It's a scripture though that goes into like the wheat. Because hey, what is that in Sirach 38? No, Sirach 39. Give me Sirach 39 and 26.
That's the spirit hammer too, because hammer, that's the smith.
He's
a smith that he got the world's strongest nukes, man.
Yeah.
And hey, they said Ukraine, Russia, they're responsible for at least a quarter of the world's production of wheat. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Canada, all right, and then hey, America, the Midwest, they consider that the breadbasket of the world. So when they're halting those shipments and that what you call those global infrastructures, you're not getting the mass production here, man. Like in dairy farming, there's no money in dairy and farming milk anymore, man, or sheep. There's no money in that.
Right.
Because if you're a dairy farmer right now, you're taking a hit on all levels. So it costs more money to not work or farm anything before you go ahead and lose your expense, because there's no profit in dairy farming anymore, man.
Right.
You know? But you got it, bro. Go ahead.
Let's see, it's
39,
26. Yeah, kind of. This is Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey,
which shows you, Jake, you should be frying chicken with wheat flour, man. Go ahead.
yeah, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape.
That's the wine, man. Okay? And you know what? Those things are getting attacked. They're the bare necessities of life. Fire, okay? You need fire. Electricity. Water. You need water cistern. Because once they cut the water plants and they cut the production plants, then what? They may ration out a bottle or two of water a day for your ass, man. Because the way that it's looking, they're getting ready to ration things out. They're getting ready to pass it out and say, well, look, man, we have a limited supply. This is what we have right now. But hey, if you want more, then go ahead and take the karate or something to some effect that way.
And this whole food shortage thing shouldn't even really be possible, because y'all have bottlenecked all the supply chains. Most of this food should be grown locally. So if one particular area has a drought, another area can sustain itself, or it can ship more food over to the area. But y'all have bottlenecked it into 5 or 6 companies. I think I read 6 companies own 80% of the world's seeds, man. That are planting these crops. Monsanto being one of them, is a few other companies.
Flour.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, man. Y'all bottleneck. Y'all put everything into one. It's like how you get capitalism, man, in its finest.
Right.
Like prime example, right? You got electronics, you got automotive, you got lawn and garden, and all these things you can get off Amazon right now. So basically, Amazon is monopolizing these smaller companies, because at the end of the day, you're not going to need for audio shops no more, because you can get speakers or woofers on Amazon for the dirt.
Right.
Now, the original manufacturer or the original producer of this equipment, they got to charge extra. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's gonna go to them, which is gonna phase them out of business. So basically, that's a monopoly right there, man. That's the whole game of monopoly, man. What happens? You buy as much property as you can, and you put the other players in debt to you.
Right.
That's all this devil did, man.
Yep.
You know?
He'll also drag your price down like the Rothschilds did that back in London back in the day. They drove down all the prices of the stock super low, and they came in and bought it up for the cheap.
Bought it up, yep.
You know?
That's how they took over the banking industry in the lands. They buy the lands for cheap, and then when they do it, they'll sell it back to the person that bought it from for the high.
Right.
And the person that they bought it from won't be able to afford it back. So what they would say was, well, we could give you this on interest.
Right,
you can get it, but you have to pay us X amount of money. And with that way, you would never be fucking broke if somebody owe you interest.
Right.
Because when you paying on loans and shit like that, you'll never be done paying it off, man.
Right.
That's why they tell you when you buy a car or anything, they say your thing is to pay it off as soon as possible.
Right.
Because if you paying a bare minimum on an interest rate, you ain't gonna never be done paying that shit off, man.
Buying
because
3 cars.
Yeah, it accumulates interest on top of interest, man.
Right.
That's why niggas can't get out of child support, because child support, it accumulates interest.
Right.
Yeah,
Appreciate saw knows that. That's why cars are so expensive still.
Yup, you got it out.
This Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home.
Right, it says transgressed by wine, those philosophies, because now he's carrying those philosophies into the other nations, man. Okay, the Saudis, man, the Koreans, the fucking all the nations adopt the ideology of Esau Edom, even if they're directly against him or somewhat opposing him. They still have the paradigm of dealing with usury now, because the Russians deal with usury, the Saudis deal with usury. But the thing about that is that the Saudis ain't dealing with Babylon like that no more. So this guy Biden was forced to release 1 million barrels a day of gas, man,
Right.
to keep it just at a $3-something price.
Those reserves,
Yeah, so what happens when that runs out? And he did that because, hey, by summertime, if he didn't do that, gas would literally be $10 fucking, man.
Right. Right. And them Saudis
It say,
fucking see all
one second,
them
let me keep reading this. It say, yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Right, he's never going to be satisfied, man, no matter what, because if a person got the world's wealth, he has everything he wants, what else is to need, man? What else is it to take over? You got the world, you got the banks, you got the land. Now your thing is exercising raw power over people, man. And that shows you that his spirit ain't right. Like if you went up to verse 4, it says that his spirit is not upright in him. Because only a fucking devil will want to continue to take until he can't take. What else is more to take, man?
Yeah.
Because the reasoning behind it, you shouldn't be in power. Because there's a time that a man gets satisfied with certain things, man.
Yeah. It says his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Cannot be satisfied.
But gather unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
That's why you have what they call a World Economic Forum. Okay, because with this whole stage or this whole fabricated famine and this whole lockdown shit that they've been doing, now, hey, they can get the other nations to play ball with them. But see, what's going to happen is the fact that those other nations ain't going for it, man. They're not going to. A lot of nations, they may deal with the World Economic Forum to a degree, but when they realize that America is going to be the top benefactor behind that, that's when they going to look at it like, well, nah, we ain't with this shit, man. We ain't sit up here and agree to this whole one world government so you could still call the shots. They don't want you in fucking power no more, man. So they agreeing to your one world order so they can find a way to overthrow your ass, man.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is YAHAWASHI gonna come and overthrow that.
Right.
Because your new world order ain't gonna it ain't gonna come too much more in fruition, man.
Yeah, and that's in the mind of all the nations, man.
Yeah.
All the nations know that there has to be one world power, man. And the United States and Russia, they think it's gonna be them. China think it's gonna be them, man.
Yeah.
But us as the prophets, we telling you how YAHAWASHI is about to dupe all of you people, man. And the nation of Israel gonna be the one world order, man.
That's right.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Who is Mount Seir? The Edomites here, man. Because when you go down and you look at the map here, you got Zoar, then you got Edom, you got Tizamar and Zalmona and Basra, which Basra was a prominent city in Edom, man. All right? But hey, Edom, That's you Edomites, man. You so-called white people. You're the biblical Edomites, man.
That's right.
So you so-called white people come up and talk about you Christians, man. You can't be a Christian. You can't be a person of the Lord. Because even the men of the Lord, they didn't really call themselves Christians like that.
Right.
Even though you find Christian, I believe, one time in the Bible. But regardless, man, that word goes back into Mashiachium, which means anointed ones, man. There wasn't no religion when you singing and dancing and believing in Christ.
Yeah.
That's all folly.
Yeah.
Because most of you Christians, you so-called white Christians, you claim to be followers of the Bible, but you would never accept the Lord being a so-called black man, man.
Last question.
What's up?
Do you believe that all the people are Jews?
No.
So what is all this?
It's 12 tribes.
I know what the 12 tribes.
I'm sorry?
I know what it is. I'm trying to understand what is behind that.
What is behind it? The fact we're teaching that the 12 tribes of Israel will be the only ones that get salvation. So if you were so-called, if you read yourself and you see yourself on this sign and you can find your ancestors within these nations here, then you will be in okay shape. But overall, salvation is only for these people. It's never been grafted into everybody.
If you want that.
I'm sorry?
If you want that.
If you want it.
If you want it. What do you mean? It's written. And yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want.
Some people may not want it, and that should be okay too.
I mean, that's fine. They don't have. They can not want it, but regardless, it's what's written,
I mean, right?
whether we want it or
What is
not.
a religion to believe?
I'm sorry?
What is a religion?
That's the
We don't believe in religion. This is a culture. This is culture. This is not religion.
What is a culture?
Our culture is our heritage of being the 12 tribes of Israel, with the Most High being our Father, our nation, our heritage, keeping the law, statutes, and
Messiah?
commandments.
You mean Jesus?
I'm sorry?
Jesus the
No, that's
Messiah?
not his name.
difference.
Who is the
There's so many.
Jesus?
His name is YAHAWASHI in the Hebrew. His name wasn't Jesus. All right, that's a lie that's been taught. The Lord was not Greek, nor was he a so-called white man. His name was YAHAWASHI because he was a Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
YAHAWASHI is Hebrew.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not Greek.
This is my country.
What's your country?
Israel.
Israel. That's fine. That could be your country, but if your lineage don't go back to these people, then it's not.
I belong to all these tribes.
Okay, how? No, you don't. That's first of all, that's not your land. That's not your land. The
That's
land,
wrong.
the land don't belong to you, big nose.
We the real Jews. We the real Jews.
Because give me a time
We're
that
the
you went in
Jews.
slavery. When did you come on cargo slave ships? Exactly.
We're the Jews.
You're not an Israelite. You stole that land for one thing. Yeah, Ezekiel 36. Read it.
You feeling moving my life.
Whatever, man. You're not an Israelite. You're an
Hey,
Edomite.
wow,
You're going to
man.
slavery.
That's
Y'all,
right.
hey,
That's good shit. That proud ass spirit.
Yeah,
Don't
came
let
out
them
proud
tell
as
you
hell.
about to do that shit, man.
Stupid ass
Proud as
fucking
hell.
demon. Get your ass out of here.
Talking
Talking about I all this. You don't even know the
I'm
tribes,
all
man.
these.
Do you believe all these are Jews? We never said all of them was
yes.
Jews, bitch.
Yes.
She said she's all. If you know what the word Jew means, you wouldn't say you all of the tribes, man.
Dumbass.
But you see, she said she's Jewish.
Jewish. That's why she had to get her ass out of here.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
She knows she's a so-called white person.
Yeah, you an Edomite.
You're an Edomite. Yes. That's what we're here for.
Let's get on these fucking devils, man. Yeah,
Right.
that's the spirit. You don't curse you Christians out, man. And I love when they come up with that. I love it, man, because that's when you feel the tension, and that's when you go spirit. You gonna go in, man.
Right.
Because hey, we got the precepts, we got the facts, man. All right? You devils, you don't fit this.
No,
you never
no,
fit this,
no,
man.
no, they
all right,
don't. They
all right, and that's the problem with you devils, man. You always want to claim something
Right.
that's not yours, man.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
You
Yes.
even appointed yourselves as so-called white people, and you're not white, man. You red according to the scriptures.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
No room to be proud, man.
You want to take everybody's heritage? No. Reclaim your heritage, because in the kingdom, you're going to be known as an Edomite, man.
Yes.
You ain't going to be called white people in the kingdom. You're going to be called the nation of Edom.
That's right.
That's right.
That's you.
Go ahead, brother.
In that precept, if they call themselves Jews and they're not.
Revelation 2, man. Yeah, let's get in the spirit, man.
That's what I wanted to bring out before she walked off.
Yeah. Well, you can still bring that out, bro.
This
Yep.
is the book
And
of,
somebody give me Ezekiel 36, man.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2. And it says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not.
Go down. Go to matter of fact, yeah.
And it says, and has found them liars.
Found, okay, go ahead. Liars, man.
That's exactly what she is. All right, they say that they're the Jake, you know.
The black cats, the big nose people.
But just because what? You lived there or you was from there?
Come on, that's
for
my
certain
land.
time?
That ain't your fucking
Like
land,
she
man.
claiming that.
Yeah, your land is Edom.
That's right.
That's right.
And she looked like she could have been an Ottoman Turk, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know those Ottoman Turks, man, they're Edomites too.
Right.
They had a little bit different skin tone.
Yeah.
They were all Edomites.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she could have been from the Khazarian Empire, man.
Right. Con. And that weird ass nigga. You saw that Edom? That nigga was weird, man.
Yeah.
Well, he let his girl run here.
That's right. Yeah, you devils was put there during the Balfour Declaration, man. Prior to that, y'all wasn't in that land. That wasn't yours. And even before you got there, there was somebody else that was there that wasn't theirs either. Ishmael was over there chilling, thinking that's their land. It's neither one of y'all's, man. You go into the history, which the facts are being brought out now. Hey, even historians are telling you that the Africans over there, what's that country, Nigerians or something like that, they just came out there recently. Public news said they're the real descendants.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where the fuck do you fit that prophecy in the scripture, man? Just because another white country put you up in there and say you can stay there because you have that type of religion? And it says, this is Revelation 2 and 9, it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are JEWs and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, that fucking dog. When you come up here and try to supplant, talking about, oh, that's my country. It's not your country. Like America, it don't belong to you either, man.
Right.
You could be put in a land that ain't yours. When the angel told Joseph and Mary to flee to Egypt because, hey, they wanted to kill the Messiah, did the land of Egypt necessarily belong to Joseph and Mary and them? No. That's not our land. But, hey, we were still sojourners there, man. So that ain't your goddamn land. Because you over there in the land of Israel. Most of you damn demons don't even know your history, man. You would say 6 million Jews, but that's not true, man. I believe it was like, what, 1 point something million? 2.9 million, if I'm not mistaken. And that's from their own historical accounts.
Yeah. The 1938 encyclopedia had 2 million on record. In 1938.
It wasn't 6 million.
Right.
That's a lot. And those wasn't even the black cats, those were Germans that were being persecuted, man. But you couldn't tell because you all look like a bunch of damn crackers, man.
Right. And they're saying 6 million died. That's not the population. That's what I've been saying, died, which means it would have been more than 6 million.
Like right now in Ukraine, right? They can't tell the difference between those Nazi Ukrainians, okay, the Americans over there, or the Russians. You know why? Because all you damn devils look the same.
Right.
All you blonde hair, blue eye with pale skin, or you may have brown eyes or brown hair, but yet you still Edomites, man.
Yeah. I appreciate.
Go ahead, bro.
It's Isaiah 2 and 2, and this is a prophecy that concerns the real Israelites in the last days. It says, it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
All nations shall flow into it. Who's flowing over there to Israel right now?
Yeah.
That land is
Nobody.
cursed. It's to the point you got to import grass and trees over there. It's a wicked land right now, man.
Yeah. There's no streets paved to gold, man. There's nobody in 2022 that's trying to act like or dress like a JOO, man.
Right.
Even before we get the kingdom, you can already see the influence of Jake upon the whole world.
Right.
That's how we know that we them people. That's how we know that we about to take over, man. We taking over culturally already.
Hey, what's the clip you seen yesterday about that dude that made the first purge?
Yeah,
Remember he said he's making a movie about spiritual power for only black people.
Only a planet will only quote unquote black people with superpowers, man.
Yeah.
Do you think a superhuman JOO looks appealing, man? A big ass eagle nosed motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
He don't look right with that on.
Yo.
But it says Isaiah 2 verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
So, hey, which black hat over there is teaching the law on a national scale?
No.
Because, hey, that's the case. These people in the Babylon, they've been on board with it, man.
Yeah. All nations supposed
All
to go
nations.
into that.
Yeah. What is Jake doing? Still being niggas, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got Ishmaelites that's practicing Islam in that land, man.
Right.
That don't go with the prophecy.
And you know what's so funny about all that too? Because see, what they like to do, just like you got what they call replacement theology. With these people, see, they don't go off the historical biblical facts. They want to go off concocted shit. See, this is how Esau works.
Yeah.
He wants you to believe something that's not there. Okay, just believe what I say.
God.
Okay, I know the history and the facts don't add up.
Yeah.
But believe what I'm saying. But yet we got history here to refute what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Even your own elites would tell you that the Roman Empire was led by Edomites, man.
Right.
If you go in, who is Esau Edom?
That's a
And
book.
you read that book, they would tell you that basically the Rothschilds and the Edomites go back to the Edomites, man.
Hey, and that book is not cheap.
Nah, that motherfucker.
I think it's like 500, man. to
it was
be
like
honest.
it was first. It was like 1,300, and I think they went it down. But see, we got the free PDF.
Yeah.
We got it for free.
Yeah, that's not a cheap book.
But why did they up the price? Because hey, it expresses it, man.
Right.
That ain't go off in it because in some instances they try to refer to the so-called white race being Japhet in some cases. But the elites, as far as the Rothschilds, they tell you that those modern day black hats are the descendants of Edom, man.
It's one more precept. It's Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Okay, now, hey, where is that happening at? Because the so-called white man, he's bred for war.
It's going down right now.
Right now, in the land of Israel, right now, they're going to war with the fucking Iranians, man. They're attacking Syria. And what they don't understand is that their beloved America ain't going to be able to get them out of this situation, man. Because America's going to be fucking pushed off in the corner, man.
Right.
So now you so-called black hats or you black hats, you finna be forced to fend for yourself, man.
Right.
But if you were the people of the land, we wouldn't be at war right now. This world would be a utopian paradise.
Right. You wouldn't need the Iron Dome because those so-called Palestinians are bombing your ass every day.
Yeah.
You know, your most populous city wouldn't be called Pink City.
Pink City.
The most populated city in that land is a goddamn abomination, man.
Well, that's modern day Ashdod. Matter of fact, that's in Zechariah 9th chapter. After y'all get y'all precept, somebody pull it, man. It says a bastard should dwell in Ashdod. Yeah.
I got another article here. This is one quote from President Gamal Abdel Nasser. He said he was the second president in Egypt in 1956.
Yeah, bring that out.
Abdel went on television
Right.
and radio in the 50s and stated to the Ashkenazi, "You have left black and returned white."
Right, you got a different set. You got the Ashkenazi JOOs, and then you got those Sephardic ones, man, which they claim to have no, because the Sephardic ones, I believe, Ashkenaz, which was not the Germanic, I think it was in Germany if I'm not mistaken. But then you got the Sephardic Jews that claim that they're not part of the Ashkenaz, but yet you still the same damn devils, man. Okay, because I believe the Ashkenaz was Japhites, man, people of color, okay, from Europe, which Europe was owned by so-called black people, man.
So how can you be an Ashkenaz and then be a Jew? Because they're two different houses. One's a Shemite, one's a Japhite. You know?
Ashkenaz and then Sephardic Jews, man. What the fuck?
It says, "You have left black and returned white. You are imposters and shall never see peace."
Yes.
It says he was speaking about European JOWs. This comes from the book How Hebrews Became JOOs by Jose V. Malikian.
Yeah.
So the knowledge is out there, man. It's been stated. That's just one. Hitler said the same shit. You know, they don't really bring out about him calling out those people about not being a real people. When you go to school history, they don't tell you that he was actually holding classes for his military and his soldiers, and he had little fucking he had the big screen on and shit, the projector, and he was showing factual evidence. how we're the actual real people. And he made a statement that America has stolen the jewels of God. What are the jewels of God? It's the Hebrew Israelites, man.
Yeah, he called him Swartz. Swartz, which is Germanic for black.
Right.
Like Stuart means black.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing he said. That's why he said you're trying to imitate this Swartz to religion, which means so-called black people, man.
That's right. Because he wasn't for us either. He hated us too. But at least he was bringing out that factual information that for his agendas, man. He was going to show the world that, hey, look, these are some imposters, man.
Well,
These are a bunch of liars.
Hitler was like an illegitimate grandchild of one of the Rothschilds. Basically, Rothschild.
He bastard son.
Yep.
Precept
Go ahead.
Isaiah 65:1. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name. You see? And so YAHAWASHI, he knew that. He knew that there was going to be people that hijack his people heritage, man.
Right.
That's why I say I am sought of them that ask not for me, because Esau he didn't like the Most High, man.
Right.
He wasn't dealing with the Most High at first, but now that he had taken down the Most High's people, he's starting to take on that heritage.
Right. Like when you ask those people in that land, what's the name of the Most High, they'll say Hashem,
That means that's the name.
which is no name at all.
Yeah.
You know.
He would never say Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, because the scriptures say that my name is dreadful among the heathen.
Right.
They can't pronounce that name, because when those rabbis, they open up the Torah, they know the name is Yahweh, but they can't pronounce it, man.
Yeah, they say
That's why you got what they call Yiddish speaking Israelis, man, which is German, Slavic, okay, part Hebrew. It's called Yiddish, man, because they know that when they incorporate a Yiddish tongue into the so-called holy tongue, they ain't got to say the name of the Most High. Because if you say Yahweh or Jehovah or Yeshua, they know that ain't the true pronunciations of the name of the Lord, man.
Right. I had
This book of Romans chapter 9 verse 26, and it says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, and which this what she just said. She said we weren't the Israelites. She said that she was, right? It says, there shall they be called the children of the living God. So, hey, where's the saying that those are not the real people? Because as far as I'm concerned, the whole world acknowledges them as the JOOs, right? They don't have that problem.
Right.
Until now, we're exposing it, that they really aren't the real people, but as vast majority, that statement applies to us, as we're the ones that's called not the chosen. We're called black people. We're called niggers. We're called all these bywords and different words, everything under the sun other than what we really are, which is the Hebrew Israelites.
Well, hey, check this fucking clown out, vocab. Vocab acknowledged them black hats as the people. You say, how can you people be JOO? Well, for one thing, you fucking dummy.
Right.
Let's get into facts, okay? Look at what the Most High said about the Israelites, about them being above all things. I will make you a people above all people on the. Look at our people. Look at how royal they are. Look at the